I have celebrity friends now.
Don't need it. We don't need it.
Yeah, so here's the thing, right? I got this device and I was gonna bring it to work so I could be like the cool coworker that has like high tech stuff, right? So I plugged it in and I asked my first coworker, I was like, "Hey, what time is it?" Right? He couldn't tell me, so I was like, "Oh, okay." So I asked a different coworker. I said, "Hey, do you know what time it is?" And I pointed the fan at him, and nothing. They didn't answer. Then I asked one of the managers, who's younger than me, by the way. I said, "Hey, buddy, what time is it?" Pointed the fan on him. None of them. Come here. I realized the newer generation don't really know how to read analog clocks. So I went from trying to be the cool coworker to being very concerned, actually.
Don't need it. We don't need it.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Is the person
Don't
is the person who robbed you present in the court today? Did let the record show that the witness has identified the defendant, Mr. Seiki.
I just want to clarify a few things from your testimony. So you say a man came in and he reached across the counter and, quote, he grabbed up the money from my register and run off.
Yeah.
And there was no one else in the store.
Not at that time, no.
According to your testimony, you feel confident that you can identify this person. That's what you're saying.
I can. Absolutely. It's him, your client.
Are you sure that's the person? There's no doubt in your mind. Take your time.
I don't need time, that's him.
Now, would you be surprised to learn, Mr. Harkness, that the person you just pointed to is not the defendant?
What?
Then my client is in the back of the courtroom. Mr. Seiki, would you please stand up?
Objection.
Now, the person you ID'd is named Hollis Early. He's a bartender down in Berlin. He has a very good alibi. Oh, Mr. Goodman. Really? You didn't recognize him either.
Is the person who
You called in.
You want to ban drag show readings to children?
To my
Why?
knowledge, yes.
Why?
Why
What are you protecting?
why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Is that free
They
speech?
can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
The government does have a responsibility in certain instances to
What's
protect
the
children.
leading cause of death amongst children in this country? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's not drag show readings to children.
Correct, yes.
So what is it?
I'm presuming you're going to say it's firearms.
No, I'm not going to say it like it's an opinion. That's what it is. It's firearms. More than cancer, more than car accidents. And what you're telling me is you don't mind infringing free speech to protect children from this amorphous thing that you think of. But when it comes to children that have died, you don't give a flying fuck to stop that because that shall not be infringed. That is hypocrisy at its highest order. You want to ban drag show readings to children?
To my
Why?
knowledge, yes.
Why?
Why
What are you protecting?
why can we prohibit children from voting, those under 18 from voting?
Is that free
They
speech?
can continue to exercise their free speech, just not in front of a child.
Why?
Because the government does have a responsibility to protect.
I'm sorry?
This is the Incredible Skyscrapers puzzle box. It's got a really clever solution to it. The aim is to try and open the drawer at the front here. You can see it's really beautifully made. Skyscrapers have got these window details on the front. You can move them up and down. At the moment, the box is locked. There's a button on the side here, but it won't push very far to start with. You might notice some clues on the back of the skyscrapers. So if we push these all the way down and then pull them out, they don't really make any noise except for this last one, which is slightly different. It clicks just here with the door at ground level. So if we use that as a starting point, and then if you have a look at the top of the box, you'll notice a shadow here. So this is obviously cast by the skyscrapers, so we need to set the skyscrapers to the right height. So if you angle up the shadow with that first skyscraper, and then we're going to move all the other ones so that they also match their shadows from this angle. If you're trying to do it from the front, it's really difficult. You can try pulling them to the right height just based on a guess, but it doesn't really work. Doing it from this level does though, so if we push this last one into position, you'll notice it's also got a door at ground level. And now they're all in place, the button will push in, and the puzzle box will finally open. This is the Incredible Skyscrapers puzzle.
He's never finding me.
Now try to escape this one, you stupid little animal. Didn't think you could.
Let's see what happens if I right-click this donkey.
He's never finding me.
She's sitting up there talking about I wasn't romantic enough. That's petty. Exactly. I was like, bitch, I'm not romantic. I ate 6 cookies out of your ass. So I don't give a fuck what she was talking about. She's sitting up there talking.
This is polyethylene glycol. It's called a self-pouring fluid because once you start it pouring, it'll continue to pour out the container all by itself. It moves up and over the edge of the container with no additional help. You can even suck it up into a syringe while the syringe isn't even below the surface of the fluid. So what if we put it in something called Boyle's flask? Could we achieve perpetual motion? Okay, so let's see if we can get it flowing. Let's drop it below. See it flowing out the end. I'm going to move it over the top. Here we go. Kind of flowing. So let's see if I dunk it in the fluid now. Okay, we're getting continual motion. What do you think? You can see the bubbles right there are not moving. The fluid is not flowing in there. Of course it still doesn't work. It's a long chain polymer just like eggs, not some magical thermodynamic breaking fluid. This is polyethylene.
Here's something I like to do with a perfect shuffle. It's also called a Faro shuffle. I make markings on the side of the deck, and when you mix them up, it says a word. In my case, unshuffled. So that means it's separating the 4 suits: clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. You notice it said it 4 times. Now it's unshuffling it more. So we're unshuffling the red cards from the black cards. So I'll give it one more perfect Faro shuffle, and now the deck is unshuffled. But check it out. Completely unshuffled. Every card. Perfect brand.
I lived a whole day like my cat, where I did everything he did for an entire day.
Whatever you do, I'm doing.
We started off the morning stretching, which was really great. I really respect Kurt for this one on his routine. He was kind of judging me for this one, though. And then it was time to eat, which I was excited about, but I needed to eat on the ground because Kurt eats on the ground. So this was interesting. And then it was time for one of Kurt's favorite activities, which is looking outside the window. So we did this for a good bit. And then he just started staring at me, judging me, so I judged him back. And then it was time for a very common theme of the day, which was laying down. And Kurt took that spot, so I had to get on the ground. And then after we loafed for a bit, it was right back to sleeping. And I kid you not, Kurt slept for probably like 6 hours in this one spot. I can't sleep this long. So I stayed in there with him while he just continued to sleep. Then it was time for meal number 2, so I took my place on the ground and ate. So then once Kurt cleaned himself, I cleaned myself, and then we loafed until we went to sleep for the night. Living like a cat for a day is... I lived a whole day like...
Conan O'Brien likes to say that he spent his life searching for the intersection between smart and stupid. And he said that some people don't believe it exists, but I, like Conan, absolutely do. Case in point, this person's brilliantly stupid suggestion to fix this problem. The stupid part is confirmed. The smart part, I'll have to get back to you. Conan O'Brien likes to say that he spent his life searching for the intersection between smart and...
This is a new type of red light, and this is a car that doesn't care. These are called hawk signals, and if you haven't seen one yet, you probably will soon. They're designed to create safer pedestrian crossings. They work similarly to a traffic light, but also sort of like a stop sign. They're activated by a pedestrian pushing the button, which starts with a yellow flashing light to let drivers know it'll soon change to a solid yellow light. The yellow light is just like a regular yellow light, indicating the light is about to turn red. The light turns red for a few seconds, meaning all drivers must stop as if it's a normal red light, then starts flashing red, indicating it's operating as a stop sign, so drivers must stop, then proceed if clear. After a few more seconds, the light turns off and drivers can continue as usual. Some people argue they're too confusing, and some drivers don't know what to do with them. They almost always have a sign explaining them, but this is a lot to read when you're driving. One benefit of hawk signals is that drivers can start going again when the light starts flashing, as long as there's nobody crossing.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We do not allow delays here at Kennedy.
Can I get that recording of that sent to my email?
It'll probably be on YouTube tomorrow.
Not an emergency? Negative. No, we have an engine failure, but not an emergency. Oh, not an emergency. Okay, just so an engine failure, but you're not an emergency. Are you overweight landing? They want to know. Not at all. No, not even that. Not even that. At 89, which direction would you like us to face?
Oh, you better face the front, sir, because if you're looking at the passengers and trying to fly, they get scared. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We do not allow delays here at Kennedy.
What's the problem with doing this? In films, TV, and video games, you often find characters holding their bow at full draw for really long periods of time. But how well does that actually work in real life? Well, for starters, it's going to depend on your bow. Compound bows, like the one in the picture, are designed to be relatively easy to hold, while target recurves like this are a little bit harder, and traditional bows can be even harder still. And when archers do hold their bow at full draw, they're mostly just confirming their aim before making the shot. But historically, bows used for war had incredibly heavy draw weights. Holding a draw of 120 or even 180 pounds puts a lot of strain on both the bow and the archer. And the idea was that you would shoot as soon as you'd pulled it back. So when Aragorn kept saying this, it's no wonder that bloke at the front shot prematurely. And hey, if you like this stuff, stick around, I've got more. What's the problem with doing this?
Hi. She's one of those girls that when she walks into a room with a big old smile, you automatically will like them. Not sure about the Harajuku hair, but other than that, she's got a good little look to her.
Thanks.
Go ahead and take off the scarf if you could, and can you remove your glasses?
Yes.
Pull your hair back so I can see your face shape. You did teen modeling when you were younger, I'm sure.
I did audition for a commercial, and they told me my fingers were too chubby. They saw me at a mall, and I just bought a white shirt and showed up.
Okay, anybody who's ever out there at a mall and somebody jumps out of the bush and says, "Oh, be in my ad," run real fast. If I had to go on a number of bookability, I'd go with about a 6 or 7. I think there's certainly work out there that you could do. I don't know that it would be in high fashion, but commercial fashion for sure. Hi. She's one of those girls that when she walks into a room with a big old...
Pen. This is a class 4 grenade. 3 clicks, arms the 4-second fuse. Another 3 disarms it.
How long did you say the fuse was?
Oh, grow up, 007.
They all said the pen was mightier than the sword.
Thanks to me, they were right.
A gun and a radio. Not exactly Christmas, is it?
Were you expecting an exploding pen? We don't really go in for that anymore.
A pen.
Anytime you have like a best regards going on, everyone says warm regards. But here's the thing. You should say worm regards. And the reason you should say worm regards is because the A and the O are on the opposite side of the keyboard. So when someone thinks about, oh, they just made a typo, and then they look at their keyboard, they'll realize that they're so far apart from each other that it doesn't make any sense. And then it's too awkward for them to bring it up. I went to my bank and I said, yo, if you're ever going to be doing any transfers of any kind, you need to make sure that I am there in person. And they said, why? And I said, I am a streamer. My voice is on the internet, hundreds and hundreds of hours of which people can make a very simple AI of my voice, and they will be able to call into you to trick you into sending my money away somewhere else. So I have to be there in person. And if you contract any of my money into any location, if I'm not there in person, then you're on the hook for it because I have warned you and you've added it to my account. And they agreed to that contract. So I'm not too worried about somebody making my likeness on the internet. I'm not too worried about any of that kind of stuff. Every group that I work with outside of my bank also is under the same guidelines. They're not allowed to do that. If you're a streamer, you really should look into that, to be honest with you. We're in a time where it's really easy to clone somebody's voice. I went to my bank and I said, yo, if you're ever going to be doing any transfers...
This kid
This kid brought his huge toy sand truck to a construction site, and the construction workers were trying to stop him. His mom, however, rushed towards him and picked him up. While the mom was trying to educate her child, the excavator operator had an idea. He lifted a small amount of sand with the shovel, moved the excavator a little forward, and just to make the little Bob the Builder happy, dumped the sand into his toy truck. The little one became so happy and started dancing. The excavator operator then came out of the vehicle, picked up the toy sand truck, and gave it back to the little Bob the Builder. Subscribe if this heartwarming video touched your heart.
Hell yeah,
Our
dude.
2 decades in Afghanistan were long, but they were not lonely. We rode into
Your keyboard only has one P. My keyboard has 2 P's. This P is for beginning P's for words like part. This P is for words that end with P. For example, words like stop. And I press all the keys together at once. So part is P-A-R-T altogether at once, and stop is S-T-O-P altogether. And it's much faster than typing one letter at a time. Here is a demo. There we go. Stenography.
Given the opportunity to steal a single artifact from any fictional world, which artifact...
The caveat is that whoever owns that object can come and hunt you down. So if you get the gauntlet from Thanos, he can come get you. If you get Doctor Who's TARDIS, the Doctor can come get you. I said Doctor Who's TARDIS, and you're going to be mad at me about that.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking. How about I take something that, like, everybody in some universe has, but it's not a big deal for them. They can just get it replaced really quick, and I could just take some randos off the street, and that person they're just a normal person. They can't hurt me. Which made me think I want a babblefish from Hitchhiker's Guide. Just put a fish in my ear, and I can understand every language. And I am not worried. They'll just buy another.
Given the opportunity to steal a single artifact from any...
There are 200 countries in the world. Do these people honestly think that God is sitting around picking out his favorites? Why would he do that? Why would God have a favorite country? And why would it be America out of all the countries? Presumably, they believe in God. And if they do, they must have heard God loved everyone. That's what he said. He loved everyone and he loved them equally. So why would these people ask God to do something that went against his own teachings? They ought to check with that Jesus fellow they're so crazy about. They're always talking about what would Jesus do? What would Jesus do? They don't want to know so they can do it. They just want to know so they can tell other people to do it. I'll tell you what Jesus would have done. He would have got up on the top of the Empire State Building and said, God bless everyone around the world forever and ever till the end of time. That's what Jesus would have done. And that's what these people should do. There are 200 countries.
Have you ever wondered why steel coils are always transported standing up? I mean, wouldn't it be ideal to lay them down flat so they don't just roll down and crush the driver's cabin? Now, you might think it's because they can only be loaded and unloaded from the middle, and laying them flat seems nearly impossible, but that's only partially true. You see, when these coils are made in the factory, they're rolled tightly right away, and they carry a lot of tension inside. If they were laid flat, even small bumps can cause them to release this stress, leading to a catastrophic failure. Have you ever wondered why steel coils are always transported standing up? I mean, wouldn't it be...
Damn, girl. You look like you respond to texts in a timely manner. Damn, sir. You look like you serve and protect. Damn, dog. You look like you set boundaries in your relationships. Damn, dog. You look like you always put the toilet seat down. We out here being nice. Damn, girl.
This is a rescue sender, and supposedly it slips on an 11 mil instead of breaking it, because this doesn't have teeth, like a lot of devices do. So let's put this on here and see what happens. That's not... What the hell? That's not the slipping I think people are imagining when they think it slips. It's pretty impressive for something without teeth. Wow. That rope is a different shape. Definitely barely good enough for another test. Holy cow. If you're going to be doing something stupid, just make sure you film it.
This dude's wife is about to find out how quick soldiers thinking truly are. This dude's wife is about to find out how quick soldiers thinking truly are.
5 human foods that can kill your cats. The last one kills around 100,000 cats per year. Number 1. Milk. Most cats are lactose intolerant, meaning they lack the enzyme to digest lactose in milk, which can lead to gastrointestinal issues if consumed. Number 2. Chocolate. Chocolate contains substances like theobromine and caffeine, which are toxic to cats and can cause severe health problems if ingested. Number 3. Nuts. Many types of nuts, such as almonds, walnuts, and macadamia nuts, can be toxic to cats and cause adverse reactions. Number 4. Avocado. Avocado is a dangerous person, a toxin that can be harmful to cats if ingested, potentially causing vomiting and diarrhea. Number 5. Grapes and raisins. Grapes and raisins can lead to kidney failure in cats and should be avoided entirely to prevent serious health issues. 5 human foods that can kill your cats.
And if you're gonna drink and you are thinking about driving, don't do it. You know, it's not a good idea. Because like I say, you know when you're drunk. You know when you're drunk. You're doing laps in the parking lot and you can't find the exit. Hello? Some of you make it out to the streets. You know when you're drunk, you're like, you know. Behind you, you hear. Shut up, stupid. You know, if you hear the magical sound, one of 2 things will pop into your head. Either 1, I'm okay, I'm fine. I can beat this. Or 2, I'm gonna go to jail.
This may look like ordinary paint, but it's actually designed to save your life.
When heated, intumescent paint undergoes a chemical reaction, resulting in a thermally insulating foam that protects the surface underneath from the effects of the flames. And paints like this are often applied to steel beams because the strength of steel rapidly deteriorates under extreme temperatures. When used with wood, the paint helps to make it fireproof. I heated these 2 samples of wood for about 2 minutes, and you can see how the unprotected wood ignites quickly, while the painted sample is protected by the foam. That's chemistry for the win.
This may look like ordinary.
Throw him up.
All right, throw! Bring out!
Throw him up.
All right, throw! Bring out!
API pens expire every year. This is what $200 looks like. And worth every single penny.
Actually, EpiPens are $700 now. That's crazy for a couple different reasons. First, this is an epinephrine vial from my anesthesia cart, and it costs $2. Same medication as the EpiPen. And then they make EpiPens expire every single year, so that forces you to go and buy another one. Meanwhile, here's what the science says. Actually, EpiPens are good for 2.5 years after the expiration.
API pens expire every year.
Is there no limit to what he won't notice?
What's a 7-letter word for purse?
Satchel.
No, starts with an H.
Handbag.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, take a seat. As you may have heard, our branch on the planet Jupiter is up 8,000% in sales.
Hold up. My clock is slow. It is 5 o'clock. I will see you all tomorrow.
Bye, Stanley. Love you.
So long, Stanley.
Night, everybody.
Is there no limit to what he won't notice?
This is Dakota, and he's a professional stilt walker, but he's not like the rest, because he doesn't just support his baseball team, but also plays for this team, named the Banana.
Alright, tell him not to grab me, just let me get up, and then as soon as I'm up there, you can arrest me.
People always ask me, what happens when I get to the top of the skyscraper? Well, this is what happens.
I got it.
No.
Yeah. You mind if I hop over this too, and then I won't resist or anything, guys. This is good. Thank you, guys. All right, tell them not to grab me.
So your last two safety officers quit are here to take his job. Why are you lifting that under? There should be heavy machinery. Where heavy machinery? You're taking a bath or making soap? What the hell? With half of you taking a bath, do we even have enough manpower to dig the site? Is that a dog? The dog working harder than you? We don't have enough people. Don't have enough material. Where's our materials? Somebody bring any more material. I send you to Jesus myself. So your last two.
So what exactly is this chip, and why did I destroy it? Well, it's a CIC lockout chip, and it's part of an old-school DRM system on the original Nintendo. To prevent third parties from creating unlicensed games, Nintendo added one of these chips to every NES game and console. The two chips talk to one another using a bunch of binary data, but if the lock chip on the NES doesn't get the numbers it's expecting from the key chip on the game, then it endlessly resets the system. Nintendo would only give the chip to publishers who bought a license, meaning you couldn't make games unless you followed all of Nintendo's rules or bypassed the CIC. Over the years, various companies and enthusiasts figured out how to do this, with one easy hack being to snip the fourth pin on the console's chip. This tricks the CIC's program into thinking that chip is a key instead of a lock, bypassing the reset code entirely. And this brings us to how this particular CIC bit the dust. The first time I tried the hack, I accidentally cut the wrong pin, so I tore the whole thing out and replaced it with a socket that had its fourth pin removed instead. So what exactly is this chip, and why did I destroy it? Well, it's a CIC... Have you ever wondered how massive oil rigs are constructed in the middle of the deep ocean? Well, the ocean's depth is pretty staggering. The deepest point ever recorded by humans is 6.8 miles. If you put Mount Everest upside down in the ocean, there would still be over a mile until you get to the bottom. So how is it possible to build these megastructures in the midst of all this, where waves can be as tall as a 10-story building? Some people even jokingly say that they build the oil rigs first, and then build the ocean around them. You see, in shallow waters, fixed steel structures are installed on the ocean floor, but for the deeper waters, floating platforms are used that are anchored securely to the ocean floor. Have you ever wondered how massive oil...
This is a Pythagoras cup, or a greedy cup siphon. You can fill it up part way, and that's fine. But if you fill it too much, it all pours out the bottom, like that. I built a 2D version. There's a siphon here, but it isn't primed yet. To prime it, you just need to increase the level of the liquid inside until it reaches the top. And it all empties out. This is a Pythagoras cup, or a greedy cup siphon. You can...
So the compression test is a 1 foot by 1 foot. So my saw's got 30 centimeters.
Continental drift. There's someone who looked at the shape of South America and the shape of Africa on a map and said, wait, that looks like it fits, but there's a whole ocean between them. Did these land masses once connect? Let's test this. Well, what might you do? You say, if they once connected, might there be fossils in common on both shores, even though there's an ocean between them? So you look, the fossils match, and other things start matching, but wait a minute, how the hell is land gonna move on a solid surface? No one had any idea about this. So it just sort of stayed there on the shelf. Because even though this was intriguing evidence, it wasn't enough to convince everybody. And so what happens after the Second World War? We're mapping the bottom of the Atlantic, so the subs know where to hide and where to go. And in the center of the Atlantic, there's a ridge. Oh my gosh, there's a split. It's separating in the middle of the Atlantic. Once that was declassified and published, we had the mechanism and all the data fit. Continental drift. There's someone who looked at
scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore.
Bi-weekly pay.
This is a rescue center.
I am a fool, I'm sorry.
We don't even realize it's a scam anymore.
Bi-weekly pay.
This is a rescue center.
It's not that I don't make lives, it's just I've been... I am a fool, I'm sorry. Ow. Sorry about that. I got sidetracked as I was actually starting up this live. It honestly, the last few days have been pretty rough on me. It's not that I'm not making lives. As a matter of fact, that's why I'm here instead of Twitch at the moment. I was originally going to do it on Twitch. It's like, no, I need to do stuff on YouTube. That's where my peoples are. Yeah, avocado is rather serious for cats, so is grapes. Hiya. Sorry about the sidetrack there. Was not my intent. Let's readjust this a little bit better. There we go. I ain't scored like that in a long time. Tells me I should probably go take my fucking meds. I mean, hell, how long has the stream been going and I've been a freaking fool just sitting there? Probably, but rough is rough. It doesn't matter why. Serious. Not the light. There. That'll do. Yeah. Grapes, I mean, I knew they were bad. I didn't realize how bad. One of my cats in the past has had grapes. Demia. Just a toy. Same with popcorn. On that kitty. He didn't like popcorn. For eating. It was his favorite toy. Are we set properly? Almost, not quite. I believe that's. I was scrolling the shorts on YouTube. This damn thing. Oh, at least it's getting. Yeah, I know. Now for 27 minutes. Oh, nice. Wait, hey, that phone. All right. I got work to do. Had a gal contact me on Quora, which kind of caught me off guard. Quora, the Q&A site, it's all text-based. And I got spelling issues. I don't know how well it's going to go, though. She's a bit older school American, where women are a bit more subordinate or submissive to the male relationship. I don't like that. That's not me. F1. Okay. Okay, so do we just knock down these trees or what? Because there's certainly a lot of them are in the way. Ooh, that's actually got a chimney. Even if it is fakey chimney, it's a chimney. It's actually a cool little place there. Plus, the sound is crap. That means I can work on it. What? I don't know what's up with it. Sound like visuals matter in this.
How's that? Any different? Any better? Any worse?
Sound check, 1, 2. Sound check. I gotta remember the delay. Oh hell, the village is not even on the end of the... They haven't been drinking this much in... Good. Honestly, when it comes to drinking, it can be a few different things. Let me put it this way. When it comes to drinking, things can be very interesting for a few different reasons, including the ways it hits you. I don't know how much better I can do. Check. Properties. Okay. Can you describe the sound? The issues with it? Ooh, I've got Gainix. So, does turning the gain up help any? Check, 1, 2, check. Seems like it's definitely on the mic instead of over here. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, it's on the mic here. Okay. I just had Millie walk onto my lap and started hearing purring out of nowhere, and it wasn't her. So... I'm talking. Okay, now it's picking up the hum, so I can turn that down. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was. Is whenever I'm running a game, it tends to have issues sound-wise. And I think again, it's primarily this setup I've got. Let's try something real quick. Because I was playing a game at that time. Good. Alright, how about now? Holy shit. Bitch. Now that's what I call loud. At least in your end, I'm seeing on the bar. I'll enjoy the game, but you guys need to be able to enjoy the stream too. Because that's part of it for me. It really is. It's part of what makes it. Oh. That's part of the reason why I do focus so much on making sure the quality is decent. Is you guys being able to be here and enjoy it is a big part of what makes it enjoyable for me. Doing this alone, by myself all the time, it's not enjoyable. Streaming to an empty stream, not enjoyable. And that's why I felt like so much of an ass that no, not better. Ooh. Well, shit. Excuse me. Banks, if she smacks you, I'm not going to get after her. If you are up in your sister's cooches and they smack you, I am not getting after them. As a matter of fact, I've been telling good girl. So, if that's the case, then this is the best option. So, this is the best option. Good. Okay. Everything's set proper. Yeah. So, that's that. Yeah. My felines got their first claw trimming the other day, so now they're not getting caught on everything. And honestly, I thought Binks was going to be the worst about it. Binks was actually the best. He let me trim his claws, no fuss, no muss, no nothing, no fight. Athena was actually the worst about it, believe it or not. And I thought she was going to be the best. Caught me off guard. It's like, well, I'll be. No, after I get... No! Okay, so it's not the headset, it's without the headset on. The time delay, because it's stream difference, does make it a little difficult to tell exactly when. But with testing, I can't figure out which ones work better. Mm-hmm. Yeah, messages are running slow today, even compared to normal. I've noticed that myself. Oh no! It happens. It happens. Don't fret. I am not upset. And it's not you. It's my internet. I know it. Well, my internet compared to the distance you are from me, I should say. Yeah. I noticed that when like I said, having the time difference, I can still figure it out. It just takes a little bit to figure it out. clear some of the trees from the village here, get it a little bit more open. Right up top. Yeah, I was kind of under the same impression that it was the headset that wasn't doing too well, and the earbud didn't do too well either. So, yeah, that's the impression I got. Thanks. She's bunny kicking the shit out of you. That means it's time to be done. Yeah. Yesterday, I was fucking working on Rocket League all day, so that way, now, once I had the game fixed, which took me 6 hours to fix the day prior, I was doing Rocket League, so that way I could get that stuff taken care of and out the way. Get my season pass done, so I have enough for the next season pass, which they do now, so I don't have to play it. Sure, I missed out on some of the event shit, but I really don't care. Epic Games is screwing Rocket League over so bad, it's a joke. It's to the point where you're getting stuff for your item collection that you already have, and it's worthless. I mean, I almost did a talk show last night over on Twitch about Rocket League news and the bullshit I'm seeing there. What, mister? Yeah, village is even on the edge of a lake and everything. That's a nice... Oh! Not just a lake! Nice! We've got a nice cave. I didn't see this when I found the spot. Lois? Hell yeah! Oh, look at that cold. Deep slate already? Wow! Fuck yeah! This is a... And a freaking geode! Right bloody here! Wow! I couldn't have picked a better spot for our little village. I mean, especially considering at some point I am going to be doing a survival in it. At some point there, I will be playing Minecraft Survival from Viewer Village. And interacting with each one of your guys' villagers. How do I get back out? Hell yeah! And that is not too far away from the village either. What's that? What's that? What is standing out here? Oh, it's another close by village. Nice. Oh, thank you. Oh no, I follow Satan, as well as God, the God account as well. Again, it's great how the two of them interact on there, because both of them kind of go against all the bullshit, and it's kind of nice. It really is. As a matter of fact, if you're interested in stuff like that, like someone talking real about the Christian religion, look up the God Pod here on YouTube. I have a feeling you're not going to be disappointed. I have a feeling you're just going to be laughing your ass off and going, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've got an understanding of my personal take on Christianity and the way they act compared to what they're supposed to be following and say they believe. But in agreement, yes, the God Pod. I mean, obviously the person who is playing God in that is not God. That's, obvious. But it's stated right. It really is. And it's nice. It's refreshing. Shit. I'll do one better. I already have them subscribed. I listen to it. Good for God. Oh, here we go. About the Super Bowl ad.
It was absolutely terrible, and it didn't represent me. I mean, it sort of did, but nothing did. It's so my eyebrows. Jesus, so hard. It's okay. Just do that short little bit singing like the best. Yeah, why not? I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. I don't.
Yep. And that's the difference. Thanks. Or sorry, Millie, Athena. I'm sorry, Binksy. Anyway. Where's my Binksy? Where's my Binksy? Okay, you be a good boy. Oh.
Jesus Christ. Hello.
Maybe this will help.
We're going live, Jesus. We're up. We're on. We're up. Are we live? We are up. It looks like we are live. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yeah. Oh my God, we're back again. Oh. Was that Backstreet Boys? Yes. Backstreet Boys, the best boy band of all time. I was Team NSYNC, so no. Yep. Wow. Timberlake, Plain Specs, JC, Joey Tone, Chris. Right. Who could ever forget Joey Tone? He's like a game show host these days. We'll give credit to the Backstreet Boys. They're still together. They still reunite. And
So, Jesus, I got a lot to get to today on the God Pop.
We
sure do. Yeah.
Damn it.
You were featured in a Super Bowl ad.
yeah, hold on. Let me put on my angry face really quick. Yeah.
Are you saying it echoes? Okay. I'm confused now. Rounds and rounds. Yeah. I know Jonathan to be a name, so it's like not echo. Okay. I was trying to get an understanding. All right. Booker's Tower. Another giant lizard. Where's the village? That's a big hole. Oh, where's that little hole up there? Nothing like losing your village. That's why I don't typically stray too far from a spot on accident. Lose it! Horrible like that. There it is. Which means we're right here. So the other village, straight out across the landmass. Okay. Which eventually we might end up making it over there. That might become part of the village. It might just grow that way. Yeah, that's the part I don't like is freaking. We can sit here and sing any song we like. Doesn't matter who made it. But if for any reason we play the actual song on something that wasn't our own doing, if we didn't sit there and pluck the strings and do the vocals and everything ourselves, we can get sued as streamers. I find it rather stupid. Even if we're just listening to it for ourselves, we can be fucking sued for it. If we're listening to it on the fucking stream. what I find rather funny is all these shows are doing this shit all the fucking time. And you're telling me that these fools actually have permission for this? That they go to the copyrights and the people that own these copyrights and do it every time? I don't fucking think so. I got a lot to do here. This is a pretty good sized village right now. Which is great for starting. Because why not be silly? I need to use the bathroom. Oops. Go take my meds. Preferably without coffee leaking down my chest. I'm sorry, it's been no streams this last few days. It's been, like I said, kind of rough. If it's not been an issue of having the motivation, it's been an issue of what I need to do. I can't stream or things like that. And yeah, it's obnoxious to me. Whereas I feel it's that way. Grinding Rocket League shit's one thing. Okay, I am going to smoke my meds, use the bathroom, basically get the rest of my day started. I will be back, everybody. unmute this. Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm sorry about that. As usual around here. Freaking, go to smoke or something. End up getting something else I need to do real quick. Hence the sorry for the wait. I may be disabled, but I am still a my baby boy. Which means I can go out and smoke, take my meds, and be pulled away for either whatnot. Wherever the help's needed. Fine. Back at the camera. You're annoying the shit out of me. My package didn't come today, dang it. Set to be on time today. No, it's not. No, it's not. If it was, I'd be changing cameras and making my day in bed with my nice bitchy. It's sad when you somebody who doesn't dream and you dream about actually getting your fucking sheet. And that's just it. My dreams have actually started to become a lot more coherent than they used to be. Which is kind of odd to me. Beep. Yeah, which is kind of odd to me. I'm used to my dreams having no correlation to what's going on in my life. But that is not the case anymore. At least so it would seem. I still don't dream as much very often, but when I do, it seems to have correlation to what's actually going on. I gotta think something like that. Who's just soaking up my thinking? Who's just like, yes. Give me more attention. I want it all. All of it. Alright, what's up with it? That means cuddles and snuggles. Well, you wanted all the attention. That's all the attention, mister. You cuddles and snuggles and cuddles. Is this so bad? He's like, well, not really. But he's fighting it too. Yeah, mind you, he is not being healthy. He can't get up. Yeah, the other ones you'd redacted them so they don't show up. As to where the chat I see is the moderator chat, meaning I see that each one's been redacted. Yeah, if there's just a line of redacted messages, I don't know more. I'm not quite that observant all the time. I'm not going. How was that, mister? Was that horrible? Was that horrible? You've been resisting cuddles so much. There's a big cuddle bug in there. He's just hiding. He's scared. He doesn't need to be scared. And he doesn't like to admit it either. Do you, Mister? Shut up, baby Jack. That was enjoyable. Just seemed like a lot happened rather quick for some off reason. There's really not a lot dead locally. There's tons of stuff going on out there in the moment, and I know it. I'm not. Trying to figure it out still. Check. I was being a little quiet, I'm not gonna lie. I could tell I was a little quiet. Probably turn that back up too. Hi, Brett. Nothing's changed. I didn't change the sound or anything. Turn the game back up. I just wander away. See, I just wander away from the village again, damn it. Pet the brat kitty. Pet the brat kitty. Yeah, I'm not a brat. My lovable brat kitty. That's a big boy. Daddy doesn't call you brats as a negative. It's more meant as an endearing. I love my brats. You guys were boogers, I wouldn't pick you ever. Oh! Yeah, I didn't get that. Yeah, no. I don't know why it didn't shoot over. That could have been YouTube's nonsense, honestly. I don't rightly know. Which old mage guy did you follow? Because I think you followed my paid account. At Old Mage Guy 1. I don't have a new follow. Okay. One moment. Yeah. That should be the right one, but. Put it in front of my face, it'll focus on it. Maybe. Nope. Bugger. Yeah, that's right. Is my link not working as well? No, that's the links. So you have to go to YouTube to see if your link from YouTube's working, dumbass. Oh snap, I don't have one up here. That'd be a good reason. Yeah, it's supposed to be type in chat. That's why I was saying I don't know what's going on. Well, but that's how you type it in search. There on X. Now, I do share a lot more humorous and dark humor stuff there. Just a heads up. But I am also very much, as you may have seen here, I will get into it with people that are stupid. Or they're acting stupid, I should say. Yeah, I don't just talk here. This is the outcome of me not having a good enough ability to spell. Huh. What the fuck? What's wrong? What's going on here? That's a list. Oh boy. I didn't realize that's where I was on here. I almost have 400 followers here on Instagram. Where can I see events history? No, that's not it. Okay. Well, this is really odd because I haven't had a new follow. According to X, Twitter, and bit. Filters. Hmm. I don't know. Thank you, Selma. Welcome in. I'm not sure, T. This is really freaking weird. But well, can you send me a message on there? Or is it saying that I have to? Stop it, guys. Alright, film. That's not kind, darn guts. Oh. I don't want to. Alright, let me see what I can do with that. See, I didn't think that that was set that way. It shouldn't have been, so we will take care of that. Cool, but I am certainly not making an automated account. I don't do that. That's not real. Yeah, that was set to no one. That would explain it. Yeah, you should be able to give it a shot. I get it. That's why it's like, let me fix that. That one I can do. I'm beginning if I wonder if I might have changed somebody's mind before. Got into a bit of a tip. I took a look at his profile and right over some of his replies. Like, yeah, I can put that. I can agree with that. I was like, you're not too far off, but You are the delusional one. Oh my. Well, that wasn't who I thought it was. Funny as hell. Oh, yeah, they did block me. Coward. Call somebody delusional and straight block them? Don't give them a chance to say anything? Yeah, you would probably be the one who's delusional. Okay. I'm not going anywhere. Not this time. I've got to find some day.